Hello, welcome back to another alphabet project video. I have 6 books for H. I am not doing more than 6. 8 was ridiculous. Never again. I'm just stupid. Anyway, I have 6 books that start with H. I have 4 audiobooks and 2 I have to read physically, but I am getting into reading physically again and my heart is happy. So let's get into the ones that don't have audiobooks. The first one is The Heartbeats of Wing Jones by Catherine Weber. I actually think that there is an alternative title for this, but I don't know what it is. I'm lazy right now, but when I'm editing this, I'll put it down below. So I believe this is about a girl who is running. That's it. That's all I know. Next, I'm very excited about, and that's How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Blake. I am obsessed with Ashley Herring Blake. I'm obsessed with her. And I heard that this book is so good. So I'm very excited to read this. Just know my heart is happy, and I'll probably read this verse. Okay. Next is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. I started this audiobook almost a year ago and just wasn't into it at the time, so definitely wanted to try it again. I did not give it a chance and I heard people really like this one, so I would like to also like it. The next one is How to Make Friends with the Dark by Kathleen Glasgow. I read Girl in Pieces by this author right when it came out, I think, and really liked it. Really liked it. And then she said some shit about Taylor Swift on Twitter. But I still buy her books, but just don't say shit about Taylor Swift. Anyway, so I'm really excited to read this one. I don't know much about it. I know that her books are depressing, so that's fine. Next is Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. Jennifer Niven wrote All the Bright Places, which I don't love. I also have heard not great things about this one with fat phobia, I think. So I don't want it to be another G where I just don't read the book. I would at least like to try it and make my own assumptions about a book. I would like to do that. So I'm trying to look at reviews less and less before I go into a book, and it's really helping make my own decisions about books. And last but not least, has been on my shelf for so long and I'm very excited to read it, and that is Hold Still by Nina LaCour. I know nothing about this. Let's start over. I think this is her debut. I could be wrong. I'm mostly always wrong. But I'm kind of debut. Oh my god, I was right. It's her debut. Oh god, I'm so smart sometimes. Anyway, so as always, I have a couple books, audiobooks. By a couple, I mean I have about 20 audiobooks out right now. You know, just the usual. That I need to get through. Obviously, I won't get through all those. I'll like pick and choose, go back and forth. But tomorrow is Sunday. Where is it? Yep, tomorrow is Sunday. And I am going to pick up How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Blake and start reading this physically. Super excited. This will not be in the daily vlogs, so just assume that I'm always reading something. So goodbye. Okay, hi. I have not been reading this week because my whole family has been sick with the stomach flu. But we're better now. I am currently on sprints. Sprinting. This is our last sprint. There's a lot of people here. Very happy to have them. I'm having fun. Okay. But I am 130 pages into How to Make a Wish, and this is about Gracie, who her mother sucks and has met this guy who they have moved in with, and the guy her mom is dating is Gracie's ex-boyfriend's dad, and it is so awkward. I can feel the awkward. But then she meets this girl named Ava, and Ava has just told Gracie that she is gay, and Gracie's like, cool, I'm I'm bisexual. And that's kind of where I am right now. I knew it was a bisexual story, so I'm super, super excited about this. And the writing is super easy. Ashley Herring Blake is just such a good writer and is so underrated, and I am really liking this. Now that I've gotten into it and I'm not sick anymore, I have really just flown through it. So I don't know when I'm gonna finish it ever, maybe Monday or Tuesday, but I'm just really liking it. Page 211 on How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Blake. I'm still liking it, and here's the thing. I don't know if I like YA anymore. My whole brand was YA, and I don't know if I like it anymore. Oh god. But with this one in particular, it's not miscommunication, but it's not like any communication. It's very weird. Like, I don't know if it's the way these characters are written, that they're just like, they're not communicating about their feelings, which is so stupid, or if it's because it's YA and you just like have feelings, right? So I don't know. I have probably 100 pages left. I don't know when I'm gonna finish it. I've read more than I thought I was going to today. But the realization of me maybe not liking YA anymore is sad. This is the second alphabet video I have said this in, so yeah, let's see how this goes. Alrighty, so I have about 75 pages left of this book, and the whole premise is that this like 40-year-old mom is hanging out with her daughter's girlfriend who is 17, and it is so weird. Like, if my son was 17 and hanging out with his like boyfriend's dad, wouldn't you think that was weird? I think this is so weird coming from a mom perspective. They're just hanging out by themselves. Like, the mom threw the girlfriend an elaborate birthday party. I'm too old for YA. I don't understand. Like this, it's supposed to be weird, I think. I'm just weirded. I'm freaked out. I'm gonna be honest, for almost all of the book, I thought this was gonna be a 3-star, which is completely fine. The last 50 pages pulled it all the way up to a 5-star, and I'm going to keep it. So this is my third Ashley Herring Blake book, and this is my third 5-star read from her. So I am very excited to read I have all her books, so I'm very excited to read all of them. I'm just gonna marathon them, I think. Absolutely love this. I loved it. I loved everything about it. Also, there is a sex scene between Ava and Grace, and it is not a blackout sex scene. So for YA, I think that is amazing. I absolutely love this. If you like queer YA novels, I highly suggest this one. This was amazing. Hello. So for the Alphabet Project, I am starting The Heartbeats of Wing Jones by Catherine Weber. This has been reprinted as just Wing Jones, so I am kind of cheating, but my copy says Heartbeats, so it's going with H. I don't know much about this. I think it's about a girl who runs cross country, something about running, but when I get more into it, I will obviously let you know what it's about. I have never read anything from this author. I believe it's this author's debut. Why did I buy it 5 years ago? Who knows? So let's see if I like it. Okay, so for The Heartbeats of Wing Jones for the Alphabet Project, I'm about 80 pages in, so I know what it's about now. Wing is 15, and her father died when she was 7, so it's just her mother, her brother, and her 2 grandmothers. Then her brother, who is a football player, gets in an accident after he was drinking and kills a mother and his friend, and he's in a coma. So Wing starts running There's also this magical realism element where she can like see a dragon and a lion, and they're like her protectors. I'm not sure how I feel about that part in particular, but otherwise I think it's okay so far. I'm not loving the writing. Also, it's set in 95, so there's like no cell phones. I was like, is this a contemporary? No. But so far so good. I definitely am going to finish it. It's just taking me longer than How to Make a Wish because I am not super into this one. Also, I'm having a thing with YA right now where I'm not super interested in YA, and I think all the books for H are YA. Every single one is YA, so the struggle is real. Okay, hello. I am starting the audiobook of Hold Still by Nina LaCour. I have read one Nina LaCour who's I can't remember the name. I'll put it right here. I gave it 3 stars. This audiobook is 7 hours long, so I'm not gonna finish it tonight, but I'll definitely finish it tomorrow. I know nothing about this, so when I know what it's about, I will let you know. Hold Still is about Caitlin, who is trying to survive high school after her best friend Ingrid killed herself. So very depressing. I don't know like why she did it. I don't know how she did it. I don't know anything. I'm 17% in. The tone of this reminds me of Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, where like in Speak this really big thing happens and she just shuts herself off. That's what this reminds me of. Like, I would be the same way, so it definitely makes sense that I'm just getting the parallels of that. Also, let me look this up. Hold on. This is from 2009, and you could tell that it is definitely dated just with like some of the fashion trends that are being described, so I think that's funny. Also, another thing that I did not know is that the physical book, I'm listening to the audiobook, but the physical book has drawings because Ingrid and Caitlin are artists, and I think that's really cool. So I'm gonna have to like look through the book when I am done the audiobook. But I actually think this might, and this is weird, but I think this is where I am in the book because I just read this part, and as I read, I hear Ingrid's voice hushed and fast like she's telling me secrets. I just listened to that, so this is where I am in the book. But so far, I'm liking it. It is just, depressing, not happy. Okay, so huge trigger warning for self-harm. That's a trigger warning that I need. So I'm gonna let you know that it's here because I didn't know that it was. So now we all know. Okay, so I'm 72% into Hold Still. I'm really liking it. It still reminds me a lot like, oh my god. It still reminds me of Speak a lot, but I don't think that's a bad thing. This is her debut and it won the Prince honor, and I can totally see why it did that. Oh, okay. So the book I was talking about is We Are Okay. It's on the back. Anyway, I'm really liking this. I have less than 2 hours left of the audiobook, and at 3 times speed, that is not that. I'm not gonna do that math. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna finish it tomorrow. I'm really liking this. I hate that it's been on my shelf for years. I don't know when or where I got this copy, but for years it's been just sitting there. Okay, so I finished Hold Still by Nina LaCour. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It was definitely a very good YA contemporary. That's it. I don't think I'm gonna keep it though. I don't think this is something I would pick up physically. And I just listened to the audiobook, and I could probably, if I wanted to, read it again, do that again. So 4 stars for this. Hello. Okay, so I started The Heartbeats of Wing Jones like 2 weeks ago, and I've only made it 180 pages in, so that tells me I need to DNF this. A couple things. The magical realism in this is just not for me. Not for me. Also, I made it 180 pages in and nothing was happening. The plot wasn't moving forward at all. The big thing that happens in this book is that her brother drives drunk and kills 2 people and is in a coma. He's been in a coma since page 30, and just the plot is not moving at all. I have no desire picking this up. I can't do this to myself. So this is a DNF. So Heartbeats of Wing Jones, DNF. I'm too old for YA. It's fine. Hold Still, 4 stars. How to Make a Wish, though, 5 stars. I'm keeping this. I love Ashley Herring Blake. Okay, I am not keeping these 2. So I still have 3 books to read. I have them all on audiobook. I am pretty excited for them. So I just want to let you know it is moving forward now that I am no longer reading Heartbeats of Wing Jones. I just can't do it. Hello, I'm starting Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers for the Alphabet Project. I just got the audiobook again, and it says that I stopped listening to it 16% in. I always had intentions of coming back to this. So here we go. This was kind of described as a romance, but I don't think it's a romance. I think it's just like literary fiction. So we're about to find out. Okay, so I'm 8% into Honey Girl, not a lot. And I know why I stopped listening to it last time, and it's because it's in 3rd person, which I do not prefer. I prefer 1st person. I just like the person telling me the story. So this is 3rd person, and that is fine. So now that I know that it is, and I'm actually listening to it, I just have to suck it up. But that's definitely why I stopped listening to it last time. So let's go. Hello. I've made it 34% into Honey Girl, and I absolutely am not enjoying my time with it. Like, I've just been on Twitter. I'm not listening to it because I don't like the audiobook. I don't like the writing. I don't like it. This is this is an adult book that reads like a YA book. And that is not what I am looking for. So unfortunately, this is a DNF. And what I'm learning, besides the goldfinch, is that if I DNF it the first time, I should keep it a DNF. So I don't know why I keep going back to these books. Anyway, this is a DNF. Hello, the next book that I am listening to is Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. She wrote All the Right Places, which I have a few issues about, and I bought this book. So let's read it. I started it. I'm literally 3% into it. I know that when it came out, 4 or 5 years ago, there were some criticisms about fat phobia with this book, and Libby was deemed the fattest teenager in America. That's how it started. She was like over 600 pounds, and now she's lost 300, I think. Question mark. I already forgot. But that's how it's starting. Also, the other main character, Jack, has the condition where he can't recognize people's faces. A lot of the same condition that was in, Rock, Paper, Scissors that I finished. So that was weird. No thoughts on this one yet. I will say this one and How to Make Friends with the Dark both deal with parental death, and I am reading a lot of books with parental death lately, and I would just like to say I don't like it. So that's it. I'm gonna listen to this right now. Okay, so I'm 24% into Holding Up the Universe. No thoughts. In the very beginning, Jack is like, "You're gonna hate me for what I did." I just got to the point of what he did, so 24% in. I honestly don't know. Is it a romance, or are they just gonna be friends? I don't know. I shall find out. It's not bad, so there's no reason for me to keep. There's no reason for me to not listen. Like, it's not a bad read. It's a young adult contemporary, so I will be continuing on. Hello, I finished Holding Up the Universe. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. It was a YA contemporary romance. And that is all that I can really say about it. It wasn't remarkable. It absolutely was not awful. I still have not looked at reviews, so if I end up doing that, I will see what other people are saying. But like I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was awful. I honestly, no thoughts. If I'm being completely honest with you, no thoughts on this one. It was a book that I read, and that's it. So I have one more book left. Hold on. How to Make Friends with the Dark. I have this left. I am going to start soon. I have a couple books out from the library that I have to handle, and then this will be it, and this is going up soon. Hello. Hi. I'm finally listening to the audiobook of How to Make Friends with the Dark by Kathleen Glasgow. I'm literally just starting it now. I know that this is gonna be so heavy, and I keep reading stories about like really heavy things for this alphabet project. Not a jam. 3 times speed is gonna take me 4 hours. So finish it tomorrow, get this video up. Yay! All right, bye. Hello. Something you should know about me. My 2 biggest fears are choking and brain aneurysms. And in Holding Up the Universe, Libby's mom died of a brain aneurysm. And then How to Make Friends with the Dark, Tiger's mom died of a brain aneurysm. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? This book is so good, and it's so depressing. Like, I am reading books for escapism right now. And this is not it. However, it's so good. So now she's like dealing with the foster care system, which is absolutely awful. And I just feel sad. I don't want to feel sad. I want to feel happy. How is there a happy ending? I don't know. This is rough. No. I stopped following this author on Twitter because she made a mean comment about Taylor Swift. And she just quoted Taylor Swift's Style song. So, what is the truth? Hello. This letter in particular has taken me so long because I knew that I had chosen How to Make Friends with the Dark, and it was going to be really sad and really heavy, and that's why I left it for last. And it was really sad and really heavy and really good, and I'm gonna give it 5 stars. You have to be in a super really good place to read this. I am in a really super good place to read this. And it was still really rough. And that is because, like, it's a rough one. She loses her mom. You don't, like, it doesn't happen in front of her, but, like, obviously she finds out, right? And like I said in my other clip, aneurysms really, like, scared the fucking shit out of me. And in one part, she's talking to a medical examiner, and they, like, describe how the aneurysm just, like, killed it. It's a lot. It's a lot. The audiobook was really good, and as soon as I turned it on, I realized that this was also the audiobook narrator of Holding Up the Universe. So that was weird, and they both had to deal with aneurysms. So I have finished the Alphabet Project H. I will be back tomorrow for a wrap-up. Hello, this is the wrap-up to the Alphabet Project H. This one, I think, has taken me the longest, and that is just because I knew How to Make Friends with the Dark was probably going to emotionally wreck me, and I kept putting it off. So let's get into the wrap-up. The first book that I read was How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Blake. I thought for a good percentage of this book it was going to be 3 stars until I got to the ending, and there was a lot of growth with, like, all of the characters. I ended up giving this 5 stars. I'm gonna keep this. I definitely want to reread this. I wish I had an audiobook so I could revisit it that way, but it's such a short book that it would take me just a couple days to reread, but I definitely think I would reread this one. It's just, like, it's a good book. Next is one of my 2 DNFs, and that's The Heartbeats of Wing Jones by Catherine Weber. There's a lot of things I didn't like about this, and let's start with saying this was a really young YA, which is just something that I don't think I like anymore. So the main character is Wing, is 15. That's too young for me. She's 17 years younger than me, and I can't do that anymore. Also, there is this weird magical realism aspect that just absolutely did not work for me. I made it 100 pages into this, which is usually when I decide to DNF, so this didn't work. Next was Hold Still by Nina LaCour. I ended up giving this 4 stars. I am not keeping it, however. I grabbed the audiobook, and I think if I wanted to reread it, which I don't, I would pick up the audiobook again. This reminded me of Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, except that the main character is dealing with her best friend's suicide, and it's like how she starts living again after the death of her friend. It is a little dated. This is it's over 10 years old. But other than that, I thought it was good. I just picked a lot of really depressing books for this letter, and I don't want to read this. Next is my second DNF, and that is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. I picked this up again on audio again, and maybe that was a mistake, but I just didn't like this. I didn't like the third person narration. I know that is a me thing, but I absolutely did not like it. I didn't like it the first time either. Also, I'm not kidding, this felt like a YA, even though she just graduated, I think, with her PhD, but it felt like a YA, and that is not what I'm looking for in my adult. And then next was Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. I'm so sorry, I can't even remember. I think I give this 3 stars. I'm not going to keep it. There was nothing wrong with it, but there was nothing great about it either. So it's just not something I'm ever going to pick up again. It's just something that I read it, and it was a contemporary, and it's over. And then last but not least is How to Make Friends with the Dark by Kathleen Glasgow. I finished this in 1 day. I am going to keep this because I feel like even though it emotionally wrecked me, I could probably pick this up again because the writing was so good. I would just have to be in a really good headspace and want to be sad. That sounds so weird to say, but it's true. So that is H. Luckily, I stuck with 6 books this time, and it still took me forever to do. But I feel like this one went really well. I'm keeping 2 out of the 6 books. DNF 2, didn't really like the other 2. So overall, I feel like this went well. So I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.